What if I told you that the diamonds we spend so much on was all a lie? That those shiny rocks are just that, shiny rocks. This is the story of De Beers, a story of how a marketing genius changed the way we see weddings. Because one thing is for sure, you don't own 90% of the diamond supply by playing by the rules. Before we begin, we're all familiar with the terms supply and demand. If you have a big demand and low supply, then the price will be high. But if you have high demand, then your prices will be low. But what if you could make it seem like there is low supply, therefore skyrocketing the price? That's exactly what De Beers did. In the late 1800s, a glint of light caught the eye of a simple farm boy named Cecil Rhodes in South Africa. That sparkle was a diamond, and it would ignite one of the most controversial monopolies in history. Rhodes was an ambitious entrepreneur with huge dreams, but never really had success in anything. And when he saw those diamonds, he saw more than just precious stones. He envisioned an empire that could control global desire through these glittering gems. See, these diamonds were not in deep mines like other rocks. As we know, diamonds are formed under extreme pressure. However, some of these diamonds were erupted in volcanoes, leaving them on the Earth's surface. This would technically mean they are the least expensive rock out of all of them. All you would need to do is look for them, pick them up, and you'd have your diamond. But that's not what we think today. Nobody really thought these diamonds were that valuable, which means shallow mines were selling cheap. Rhodes began scouring and buying up every single one he could find. But his journey was filled with challenges. The market was volatile. Diamonds were too many, and their value threatened by oversupply. He had every excuse, but Rhodes had an ace up his sleeve. He understood that rarity breeds desire. Low supply actually creates demand. Before anyone knew it, De Beers had a large control over diamonds. He began stockpiling diamonds to restrict supply. But there comes another problem. How do you sell a rock that nobody wants? Rhodes made a huge realization. Diamonds didn't have to actually be rare to be seen as valuable. They just had to seem rare. The advertising genius that De Beers came up with would change how we see weddings forever. See, any product when presented right can seem better than what it is. You know the feeling of a new iPhone and when it has that slow suspense right before it opens. You also know the feeling of buying some kind of low-quality, poorly packaged clothes. It may be the same product, but it's a completely different feel. This is exactly what they did. They made ads that made it seem like they were extremely desirable. They used social proof to make it seem like everyone was buying it. They would use phrases like, "Diamonds last forever." It might seem obvious now, but for the market at that time, it was revolutionary. Not to mention having it at such a high price meant that people simply assumed it was rare. Surely nobody would find a rock on the ground and sell it for thousands of dollars, right? His vision was huge yet simple. Monopolize the diamond market to keep prices artificially high. By 1902, De Beers controlled an astonishing 90% of the world's diamond production. But this wasn't without its challenges. New discoveries threatened their dominance. The resilience shown by Rhodes is awe-inspiring. His relentless pursuit forged an unforgettable mark on history. His market had every problem you could think of, but he did it anyway. He kept going because he stuck to his vision. Soon, Rhodes retired and Ernest Oppenheimer became CEO in the early 20th century. He expanded influence through a huge web of fake companies and kept buying up competitors' stockpiles, a masterstroke that reasserted De Beers as the unchallenged guardian of diamonds. The breakthrough moment came when they secured funding from financier Alfred Bate and N.M. Rothschild and Sons. This influx of capital propelled De Beers into becoming an unrivaled titan in the diamond industry, stocking even more diamonds and running even more ads. Yet, with great power came great scrutiny. As De Beers' monopoly tightened, ethical concerns surfaced. The world began to hear whispers of blood diamonds, gems sold to finance conflicts and insurgencies. The founder, Rhodes, had long passed, but his successors were left to grapple with a growing unease in the public conscience. They needed to pivot to show that De Beers was more than a profit-churning behemoth. The company launched the Kimberley process, a commitment to removing conflict diamonds from their supply. It was a move that sought to restore the sparkle to their name, a testament to the resilience and adaptability at the heart of De Beers' enduring legacy. Monopoly was the name of the game, and De Beers was setting up the board. Historians might say they simply understood supply and demand, but the methods? Well, that's where the plot thickens. You see, De Beers didn't just dig up diamonds, they dug a rabbit hole of market manipulation so deep that it defined the value and desire for these carbon jewels. It's a story not just of unfathomable wealth, but of control, power, and the shaping of an industry by a grasp too tight to break. They crafted a tale that diamonds were a rare symbol of forever love. They held back the tides of supply, and the world ate from the palm of their hand. This was no mere happenstance. This was strategic genius mixed with a play of questionable ethics, one that even today has experts tipping their hats and shaking their heads in the same breath. Entrepreneurs could learn a thing or two about determination from Rhodes's quest. Yet, what lesson triumphs in the end? That's for you to decide. This is Financial Vis, signing off.